And we are racing here in China. Norris and Verstappen alongside each other on the front row. Who will get into turn 1 first? As Lando Norris inching ahead. Norris takes the lead of the sprint here in China. Verstappen follows by Leclerc, Alonso and Piastri. And there's 3 wide there between Russell, Piastri and Sergio Perez. Piastri has the inside line. Perez backs out of that. As Perez and, Russell and Piastri go wheel to wheel there. Going down now into turn 5. Russell will have the inside line. This is a battle for 5th position. It's down the inside. Goes Daniel Ricciardo on Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton. So Daniel Ricciardo, who has not scored a point yet all season, is currently in 7th in this race as Russell goes round the outside of Oscar Piastri. The Mercedes and the McLaren go wheel to wheel there. And Daniel Ricciardo is behind them, ready and waiting to pounce. As Russell now have the outside line, two left-handers here to go onto the shorter straight. There's 3 wide almost, and they're still side by side. This is amazing between Russell and Piastri. As we ride on board with the Australian driver from Perth in Australia, Daniel Ricciardo now trying to get the switchback. This is like 3 goes Hamilton almost, 3 goes Ricciardo. Does he have enough speed to get past the pair of them as we go through the banking and onto the long main straight there as Lando Norris leads Verstappen, Leclerc, Alonso and Piastri, the top 5. But below, that might be about to change because George Russell and Lewis Hamilton are ready to make positions here in the 2 Mercedes. Hamilton down the inside on Daniel Ricciardo for 7th position. Meanwhile, Piastri and Russell are still side by side in this race. They've gone a whole lap while being side by side. Piastri off the inside line. That's the better line through the final corner. And Piastri finally gets the position of George Russell. Russell's been followed by Ricciardo and Hamilton. Now Daniel Ricciardo is alongside George Russell. Ricciardo has to go round the outside in the first few corners here. The infamous long right and left-hander here at Shanghai, as Daniel Ricciardo will now have the inside line going into this corner. Can he make the move work? He does. He gets past George Russell in the Mercedes, but Russell has enough speed to try and fight back here. He has the inside line. This is where Ricciardo got past Bottas in 2018. This time it's battling the other Mercedes of George Russell, and Russell does stay ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Lap 2 of this sprint, DRS is enabled on the 2nd lap, and that will be used to Max Verstappen's advantage as he powers past Lando Norris down the main straight. Can he get through before the hairpin? Yes, he does. Max Verstappen retakes the lead of the sprint here in China, and George Russell now on the inside of Ricciardo. He's under pressure from Daniel Ricciardo here. Ricciardo in 7th looking to make another position. Russell will have the preferred inside line here going into the final corner, and he does keep the position, but he has a compromised exit there because he took a shallower line going into the final corner. And here comes Lewis Hamilton now on the outside of Ricciardo. Does he have enough speed to try and go round the outside of Ricciardo here? Not quite, as Ricciardo slots into position there, but Ricciardo sees a gap on the inside and he's going to go for it. That was a Daniel Ricciardo size gap there, as he now has the outside line trying to get past Russell. This is for 6th place, so 3 points in the sprint, and it's the top 8 get points. As we go down towards turn 5, Ricciardo will have the inside line. He goes down the inside on George Russell here. Can Ricciardo make anything of this? Coming up turn 5, it's a traction race, and it's a traction race, but George Russell ultimately wins. On board now with the Ferrari driver, Charles Leclerc, who is closing up on Lando Norris on the final lap of this sprint. He has a lot more speed despite them both having DRS, and Charles Leclerc moves up into 2nd place. Can he get past Verstappen as well? Verstappen has to defend a little bit, but ultimately Verstappen does keep 1st place. And it's all kicking off behind them. Russell and Ricciardo make a little bit of contact there going into the hairpin, as now this is a side-by-side battle for 6th place in this sprint. Russell on the inside line. Can Ricciardo get past Russell on the last corner or even afterwards? Looks like Russell's got it covered, but Ricciardo goes to the line, and it's almost a photo finish between the two. Meanwhile, after all of that, Max Verstappen wins the sprint in China. Well, let's take a look back at that one then. So Fernando Alonso gained 4 positions on the first lap. Here's how he gained quite a few of them. On the start, he made such a good start, he just went for it off the line. Great stuff there from the 2-time world champion. On board with Oscar Piastri, and suddenly Aston Martin appears on the inside. And then another Mercedes appears by the name of George Russell. Sergio Perez gets hung out to dry a little bit and gets hit by Lewis Hamilton as well. We can ride on board here with Hamilton as well. 3 wide has Ricciardo on his outside and Perez on the inside, and he didn't really have anywhere to go. And this is Daniel Ricciardo getting past Sergio Perez there, the RB getting past the Red Bull. And this is a few corners later where Russell and Piastri were getting wheel to wheel, and Ricciardo saw that gap on the inside and went for it, but didn't quite have enough momentum to carry him past Russell and Piastri, and then his race-long battle with Russell ensued from there.
Well, it was spicy, but good result.